Winter was the quiet killer of World War II. On some fronts, more soldiers froze where they stood than felt of bullets or artillery. From the vast windswept plains of the Eastern Front to the dense, snow-choked forests of the Ardennes, the cold became an enemy that never slept, never relented, never missed. Fires meant warmth, but they also meant death. A flicker of flame could reveal a position, a drift of smoke could bring down mortar, and one careless spark in the night could betray an entire unit. So how, in temperatures that plunged brutally below zero, did men survive without the one thing humans instinctively turn to for warmth? The answer came from a survival method so effective, so simple, and so strangely misunderstood that it nearly vanished from military teachings after the war. It didn't rely on fuel, or flame, or any kind of heat source at all. Instead, it relied on understanding the one thing every soldier carried with him: his own body heat. The true problem for winter soldiers wasn't just exposure. It was conduction. Touch the frozen ground, and your warmth drained away like water pouring into dry sand. Hypothermia didn't arrive with drama or warning. It crept in silently, numbing the fingers, slowing the breath, slipping into the bones. Chemical warmers failed. Heated canteens cooled within minutes, and rubbing oils into the skin only worked until the next icy gust wiped the warmth away. But some units, particularly Finns and Soviets hardened by generations of northern winters, seemed almost immune to the cold, sleeping through nights that would have killed others. Their secret was ancient, practical, and astonishingly effective: ground insulation. These soldiers built not fires, but beds. They knew that warmth didn't need to be created if it could simply be kept. They layered moss, straw, bark, and dry leaves beneath their bodies, creating small chambers of trapped air-dead air pockets that worked as nature's own insulation. Air that doesn't move cannot steal heat, even in temperatures that dip to -30 degrees Celsius and beyond. These improvised beds prevented the earth from draining body heat into frozen soil, and when vegetation was scarce, they turned to snow itself, digging shallow snow trenches lined with pine boughs and sealed with a coat or tarp. They created small, insulated burrows where body heat accumulated and stayed. Paradoxically, the snow that killed so many became an ally, trapping warm air inside a tiny shelter just big enough for survival. As winter campaigns dragged on, other armies began to copy the method. German soldiers, Allied infantrymen, and even partisans on isolated mountain fronts dug shallow trenches, insulated them with any dry material they could scavenge spare clothes. Burlap sacks, even ripped up sandbags, and sealed the top with a poncho or blanket. Within minutes, the interior warmed to survivable temperatures purely from the human body lying inside. No smoke, no flames, no risk. A more advanced variant appeared on the Eastern and Balkan fronts. A thin base layer of clay mixed with ash or sand. When dried beneath bedding, the clay reflected radiant body heat upward while the ash absorbed moisture and prevented frost buildup. Combined with straw and snow walls, it created a crude but shockingly efficient thermal barrier. Soviet engineering reports from 1943 describe soldiers who slept warmer in these insulated earth nests than men resting in canvas tents heated by small stoves. There was nothing mystical about it. It was physics. The method stopped heat loss in all three forms. Conduction was blocked by vegetation and clay. Convection was blocked by the sealed top cover. Radiant loss was minimized by reflective soil and ash. The earth cocoon didn't warm the soldier. It simply stopped the earth from stealing warmth faster than the body could produce it. Modern survivalists who test the technique say the results are still astonishing. In -15 degrees Celsius weather, a well-built, insulated trench stays above freezing inside. Dig a shallow bed. Fill it with several inches of dry plant matter. Add a thin layer of clay or ash. If available, seal the top and wait. In 20 minutes, your body transforms the space into a bubble of life in a world of ice. The idea survives today in different forms: straw-lined survival trenches, sawdust-insulated snow shelters, even modern campers, using wool blankets packed with dry leaves when their gear fails. But the principle remains unchanged. Insulation from below is the difference between shivering through a night and not surviving it at all. What makes this forgotten technique so remarkable isn't just how well it worked, but how deeply it connects to humanity's oldest instincts. Long before reflective foils or high-tech sleeping bags, hunters, herders, and Arctic communities built their survival on the knowledge that warmth is something you keep, not something you make. Soldiers cut off from supplies rediscovered this truth the hard way. Stripped of modern tools, exhausted and freezing, they turned to the earth itself and found that real survival begins with understanding how heat moves and how to hold on to the little you produce. In a world obsessed with gear, gadgets, and equipment ratings, their lesson still stands. When everything fails, when the fire cannot be lit, when the cold becomes a predator, survival begins not with tools but with knowledge. The men who lived through the coldest nights of the war didn't just fight the enemy. They fought nature itself, and they won by learning to build warmth from the ground beneath them.